I love that whispered part. That was really, really cool. Definitely added some effects to it, but it's like, it almost sounded like a screamed whisper, if that's even possible. That was very cool. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me. Hey everyone, Adam Mishan here, singer, songwriter, and vocal coach, and today I'm going to be reviewing Dan VASC. So how I came onto him was actually pretty funny and interesting. You know how YouTube just recommends stuff on your homepage, and one of his videos on DistroKid was recommended on my homepage. So I checked out that video, and I thought it was very interesting and made some interesting points. And then he made a follow-up video that I just checked out, and it's just really cool how honest and open he is with his audience, and how he just seems like a genuine type of person. And so I was interested in checking out his, he's got over 300,000 subscribers. So I was interested in checking out his music, and he has some really awesome covers. So this one is a cover of Bring Me to Life by EVANESCENCE. So let's check this out. Never heard a male cover of this, but it is an awesome song, and I'm excited to see how he approaches it.
Leading you down to my core, where I've become so numb.
Alright, so very cool beginning. Very different than the original. She actually starts the original an octave above where he's at. So he's dropped the octave, which is very cool. It gives him a lot of room to move within the song. I hope he's gonna use that as we go on in the song, but it just leaves room for dynamics. The one thing that I'm noticing here is, in addition to kind of taking on an operatic type of feel, which is awesome. I love that sort of, and she also uses that in the original. So now in his male version, it's a homage to that. But he's also adding a little bit of this, like what I call is the Kermit the Frog sound. When you're using that Kermit the Frog sound, essentially this muscle, what's called the digastric muscle, it tenses. So if you do this sound, you'll notice it gets really tight. And so he's using that when he's, so in addition to that operatic sound, he's also adding this type of sound. That can cause tension in the voice for sure, because this muscle is not necessary for singing and actually should be off for all the vowels that we sing. It shouldn't be engaged. So one thing I would recommend is getting rid of that type of sound. If he's gonna sing it in future, songs, to try to sing, like, we can do an operatic sound without engaging that digastric muscle. Just by lowering the larynx. So the way we lower larynx is thinking of a dopey sound. Almost like you're yawning. That gives you that lower larynx without that super tight digastric muscle. If you want to see an uncut version of this video, check out the link in the description.
Without a song, my spirit's sleeping somewhere cold.
And he's definitely using a little more of it in certain spots and a little less of it in other spots. So it all depends. But yeah, by and large, we don't want to be using that sort of muscle as we're doing it.
Wake me up inside. Wake me up inside.
All right, so definitely doesn't have this in his upper range. He got rid of that digastric muscle engagement, and he is finding a great release on a very balanced mix into his high range, and then his backup vocal, like the original. He's really kind of creating, like the original has a female singer for the high parts, and then wake me up, that part is a male. And so that kind of creates the dynamics between those two. But here he's doing a great job of kind of putting a little bit more of a headier approach into his high range so that it has a totally different tonal character from the wake me up part. So he's kind of creating a difference between that backup vocal and the main vocal, which is very good. If you're interested in learning more on how to sing, I created a resource that I wish would have been around when I was starting to sing. With the subscription I've created, you get access to all of the courses that I've created and more that are coming. You get access to all of my private lesson recordings that I have from other students so you can learn vicariously through them. And you get monthly one-on-one lessons with me. All of this is available for one low monthly price, and it's a very well-rounded approach to learn how to sing. Click the link down below to get access now. All right, wow. So that, once he comes into the second verse, is a heavy mix. So there he's very chesty, like bordering too chesty to be pulling up chest, but he's not. If he went any harder, he would be. But no, he's going in heavy here, and that's creating even more of a dynamic shift from that first verse, which was very operatic, very like this. And then here he's in a heavy mix, metal type of sound, and going up the octave from that original one. So a lot of things going on in this cover. You can see why this cover has gotten so much attention. Nice distortion, very good distortion there. So one thing I want to point out that he's doing great. This is an example that I give in one of my courses, and also I talk a lot about on this channel, is vowel modifications. When we're modifying our vowels, we need to adjust our jaw and mouth position, and really our whole vocal tract follows. But if you watch how he says breathe, he doesn't say breathe. He drops the jaw and then brings the tongue up to the back molars. That's how an E should be produced high up in your range. And here is a very beautiful example of that. Oh, wow. Okay, so that just took it like a little bit more hardcore than the original, and yeah, I guess into like death metal land. I don't know exactly, but it's like the original is much more pop than this one. This one's definitely on the heavier side. Got those death metal screams. Those are cool. Wow, those growls are awesome. Another thing I want to point out to the audience, the people watching, is that watch how much he's moving his mouth. So he's really got a lot of jaw movement, and specifically on the higher notes, this is how much we actually have to move the jaw in order for the sound to come out free. Otherwise, it is going to feel strained. Whoa. I love that whispered part. That was really, really cool. Definitely added some effects to it, but it's like, it almost sounded like a screamed whisper, if that's even possible. That was very cool. So there he's like riding up the... Yeah, so he's between the C and the B there, and he's like riding those notes the entire time. That is not an easy range to be singing in, and to be this full and this heavy all the way out. Yeah, for sure taxing on your voice. Oh, that growl was nuts. Oh my God. Wow, so many things going on there that I wanted to comment about. One was his pin straight, I think, life. He held out the entire time while the next line came in and he finished. That line, that was so cool how long he held that out. Like crazy breath control to be able to hold that out for as long as he did. And then that growl, just like, that took me way by surprise. I love how he did that slide up with it. Whew, that's good. I really like how he sings save. I really like, it's like almost has this floating quality to that. Hey, listen to that. It has a really cool float to it. I love it. Dude, this guy is supporting so well. To be able to sing that type of death metal without killing your throat, you have to support like a monster.
Hey, my friends, so glad to see you today.
A little bit of an abrupt ending. I feel like they should have faded that out before coming straight to here. It just like ruins the vibe. You're like into this. That's really cool. He got that within his room. How did he get that? He got a really cool spacious vibe with that, with his camera tricks there. Whatever he was doing it really well. I mean, I gotta do a better job. I gotta look into how he does what he does camera work wise, because yeah, I could improve on this. Very cool. What was I going to say? Forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I was just saying that like it would have been nice if you would have just let that fade out completely and then come into him saying the outro.
It's always fun to sing songs originally sung by females. Whew. And by the way, I do a lot of that in this channel. Here's a playlist with all my covers of male versions.
You could tell that he was being sarcastic there, right? Did I not say that it is taxing? It for sure takes a toll on your voice.
Of female singers for you to check. Huge thank you to my patrons. You know that's because of them that I'm able to do music for a living. This is awesome. I hope to see you next time. Until then, my friends, have yourselves an epic day.
Incredible. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more videos like this, that one right there would be one to check out. Right there. You might like it. I think you're gonna like it. Click it.